Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode number 91 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Gage, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
Man, I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm also doing excellent. It's been a good week. I'm excited today because we have an announcement that many people have been waiting for a while, so that should be fun. But for anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do this town hall every single week, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. We do it for a couple reasons. Number one is to stay in tune with you guys, so go through the same process you do for your own shows and actually use the product. And of course, answer your questions. We love staying in contact with you, hearing how things are going. So anything you want to chat about or any topics you want us to cover, feel free to leave them in the chat, and we'll do our best to cover them. And I always make sure I note the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Let's see who we have hanging out tonight. I saw a lot of comments already. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a good September. It seemed like it went by. This entire year is just flying by. It's an odd year.
It'll be a year to remember, though. There's so much going on, right? Like everyone, especially as you get older, usually it's like every year kind of gets more and more the same. And for everyone, this has just been, or almost everyone, this has been just all over the place, right? So
yeah, every year this will be like the standard of every, 2021. Nothing happened in 2021.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Dean, nice to see you here. I haven't seen you for a while. Got Jorge here. Lots of new faces in the chat. It's always exciting seeing new people. If you're here for the very first time, let me know. I'm always curious how many are regulars, like Tristan. I know Tristan's here all the time. We are covering more support time, more support times, Tristan, but we're always, well, not always, but as of now, we are looking to add more support folks.
Yep. Still not perfect for the UK. We covered some other time zones. We got a few more hours to cover, and then we'll have around the clock support.
Yeah, it'll be great to have full 24/7 support. Blog Dojo saying hello from Brazil. Hello to you. Dana's saying Pepe's here. Pepe's great. Thanks for tuning in, Pepe. Before I forget, we have a couple quick announcements that we always make. So we have the StreamYard Spotlight Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a great show about you guys. So our awesome team members, Dana and Kelsey, interview people from the StreamYard community to highlight them and how they're having success with their live shows. And if you'd like to be a part of that, be sure to reach out to them, and they'd love to have you on for an interview. I really enjoyed, they had one recently where it was a live cooking show that was pretty cool. She had like a top-down camera on the food and then a camera on her face. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's great for just getting ideas, right? Like watching the StreamYard Spotlight, because, well, first of all, the people getting interviewed on there are like got successful shows. They're doing all kinds of cool things, and I find, like, even for me, like, our show's pretty static. We don't do a ton of crazy stuff, but it does give me a lot of ideas of stuff we could do, right?
Yeah.
It's
great.
great.
Get another camera angle on the back of my head or something exciting. Yeah. Who knows? Of course, we have StreamYard Connect Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern with Ross Brand. He does tons of great content just about what's happening in the live streaming world in general. Often does great interviews. I think recently he had on Dave Jackson, who's an awesome podcaster. So if you're just looking to learn more about live streaming and then just creation in general, obviously he covers podcasting stuff as well. Be sure to tune in to Ross's show. And new content. Actually, a lot of this has actually been released now too, which is exciting. So we got Nick and D. Niman, Daniel Batal, Roberto Blake, Think Media, and probably a few more to come. But D just released two great videos on the channel. One was about lighting. It was very great tips there for having a nice mobile setup. So even if you're on the go, having good lighting for your stream, which is amazing how big of a difference that can make. And he had another live stream he did on using. I guess last time we were arguing whether it was Photopea or Photopea, but so however you want to pronounce it, I think Photopea. He did a walkthrough of how to create your own overlays using that program, and also mentioned his own template site, which is great, streamer templates. So be sure to check that out. And before I forget, the announcement, of course. So those of you who tuned in last time probably already know what it is. We gave you a sneak preview, but we now have stereo audio, which I know was really important to mostly the musical community who wanted to create an interesting effect of having different instruments in different locations. And I'm sure there's other use cases as well. But you'll now see, I have an image for you guys. You'll now see an option. Let me just find it here. In the settings, in your audio settings, to check stereo audio, which will give you the ability to if you probably, if you're using that setting, you probably have an audio mixer or something like that, and a setup that makes it easy to control which direction the audio is coming from. But yeah, hopefully that's a welcome change. Let us know how many of you out there are musicians and will actually use the feature. We'd be curious to hear.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely, we've had it requested quite a few times. Hopefully it's helpful, and it's one of those things like we'll always be improving it. So if you have any feedback, like you've tried it out, if you have feedback for us, definitely let us know. But no, yeah. It's an exciting one. Like for some people, it's just, I don't know, necessary, very, very useful. For a lot of us, like if you're doing a talk show, probably not all that useful. But
sometimes not always a good idea to note that as well, that if you have listeners that might be listening with just one earbud in, you do want to keep that in mind. Obviously, if you're making a full-on musical production, you might not care about that, but it is something to note.
Yep.
Before I forget, there were some early questions that I missed here. So Steve was saying, if I'm doing a live Rtmp stream, can I add an additional Rtmp destination while the existing one is live? So I would have 2 Rtmp streams engaging at different times from the same StreamYard session. Absolutely, Steve. You can add them, you can remove them, you can do whatever you want at any time, before, during, or after. So yeah, absolutely, you can do that. You'll just see in the top right of the studio, you'll see all the destinations listed, and you'll have an edit button, and you can use the edit button to add new ones. And if you want to remove them, you can hover over. And there's a drop down to remove the destination. Hozo Man's planning on using StreamYard for his brand new podcast. Awesome. Let us know what the name of it is, Hozo Man. Let's see. Another quick thing we wanted to mention was that we've had the alert up there for a while now. Is there was, with the new changes of Facebook, there was a bit of an issue with their view on link. So when you schedule a stream on Facebook, the view on link, it works, but it doesn't work until you're actually live. So if someone clicks that link when you're live, they'll be able to view the show. But as many of you have probably already run into, if you click that link before the show's live, it shows this content is unavailable message. So still sort of up in the air as far as how, if or I guess when that will actually get resolved, but it sounds like it's not soon. So I just wanted to let you guys know that we are working on basically alternative workarounds for that, so it's a better experience for you. But we do apologize. Unfortunately, it is out of our hands, and if there's a way for us to get access, if there's a way for us to get the link, we certainly would. We just can't at the moment, but we're going to try to come up with basically an alternative solution until Facebook changes the way that works. Hopefully, they do change it. I hope they will. We'll see. Do you have any comments there, Dan?
Yeah, I guess just in case if there's anyone wondering what on earth is Gage talking about right now, it's basically, a lot of you would have seen it, but if anyone hasn't, so it's if you're scheduling a live stream on Facebook, like right now, that Facebook's kind of broken that. Basically, a couple of weeks ago they broke it. So you used to be able to have, you schedule it on Facebook, you go to Facebook, you've got the link, and people can kind of go onto your stream ahead of time and watch it and post it in the comments, which is really nice to have. So that's broken on Facebook. So we're trying to figure out a way to get some kind of link that actually does work, even if people can't watch ahead of time. But Facebook is also working on improving it. I think, at least my guess is, Facebook's got a lot going on with the change from like the classic to the new version. So I think this is just one of the things in their priority list to eventually fix. But they haven't provided any estimate of how long that's going to take or what the new fixed version is going to look like. So in the meantime, we'll adapt as best we can for it.
Awesome. Tiana says, enjoy D. Nimon's instructional videos. Great for video recreating overlays with Photopea. Very informative. Great to know. Michael was a fan of Dana Bent's on the Spotlight. Good to hear. Hector says, we just finished a sports program in Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube called Sin Censura Deportiva, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, in Spanish using StreamYard, 21 editions each Sunday. Thanks to you. Awesome. Happy to hear that. Annie said, I did a cool thing today, a tutorial on how to take live calls on your StreamYard. Cool. I know that has been a popular subject in the past for people. Be curious, Annie, which method you covered in your tutorial. I know some people use like the Rodecaster to bring in a phone. Other people use like something like Loopback. Let me know.
Or wasn't it Google Voice? Is that one of the methods?
Yeah, Google Voice works as well if you just want to share a tab with audio. Eric says, I'm curious how big is StreamYard in terms of employees? We're at 13 full-time employees now, but we're quickly adding new ones, so it'll probably be a few more in just a couple of weeks, which is exciting. Beyond Explanation says, what's the best way to have a StreamYard live guest with a landline? Yeah, landline is tough. So like we just mentioned, Roadcaster would probably be the easiest one because you can actually connect a cell phone into a Roadcaster and have someone just call the Roadcaster from a phone. But the other options we just mentioned would actually work, Google Voice or something like that. Hey, Chuck, nice to see you here. Haven't seen you for a while. Julia says, I have a question. Great, let us know what the question is. Can I change from Facebook to YouTube? So you can connect any destination you like, Julia. So yeah, absolutely. You can remove the Facebook destination, add YouTube. You can go to both at the same time. So yeah, complete flexibility there. Hector says, request smooth transitions between videos and live shots. Do you understand that one, Dan, as far as the live shots?
I'm not sure.
Maybe let us know, Hector. Let us know what you mean by live shots exactly, and I guess maybe just the live feed itself and
Just like the camera,
and between that and like when you're sharing like an overlay video or something like that.
So maybe like a smooth fade in and out.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know what kind of transitions you'd like to see as well, Hector. John asking Annie for the tutorial. Yeah, please do, Annie. Kellen says, did I miss it, or has the official fix for setting a host different than the owner been set yet? I used the unofficial one that your support gave me.
This is co-hosting is my thought.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So we don't have a co-hosting feature, Kellen. So the alternative that I'm guessing you're referring to is to log into the same account. So right now that is the only option. You can both log into the same account to have the co-hosting ability, but there isn't an official co-hosting feature at the time. Rue Revel says, hola, when is the stereo option coming? So it's available now. You can actually go ahead and use it now. You'll see the option if you just click settings when you're in the studio and go to audio. You'll see the stereo option.
Yeah, it was rolled out earlier this week. We kind of roll things out to a few people at a time just to make sure everything's working well. So started rolling out earlier in the week, and then you should have it by now. Everyone has it now.
Dean commenting on the transitions, just the actual switching transitions, like a short fade would be at least a good start. Good to know. Appreciate the insight. Carl says, for the chat text that show up on your screen, like what you were answering, do you control that yourself, or is that automatic? So it's we control it. You control it yourself. So I'm clicking these comments to show them on the screen. I know some people have asked to have basically like a chat window almost, where you just have it embedded into the stream itself. Don't have a date or anything, or know if we'd actually add that. But if there's something you'd be more interested in, Carl, do let us know, because we're always curious to hear what people want. Spencer says, is there a way to give StreamYard one-time permission as opposed to every time a viewer comments on a stream? So it should, I assume you're referring to Facebook groups, Spencer, because that's the only time where there's that permission issue of having to give permission, but they should only have to do it once, or at least not very often. Facebook might lose permissions every few months or so, but it should just be once. Is that correct, Dan?
Should be right, yeah. For each viewer.
Yes.
So say you went live to your group, 20 people went through and gave permissions. Their comments should all show up for about 3 months. And then they'll have to do it again.
Hey, Elaine, nice to see you here. Haven't seen you for a bit. Hope you're doing well. Toya as well, another familiar face. Thanks for tuning in. Kellen says, any chance the free accounts might get a single logo or background? So you do actually have, the free accounts do have the default, like there's 2 backgrounds for free, right, Dan? You can have
just one.
Oh, just one. So you have one. You do have one background there, Kellen. But we are open to having more options. Like the free users can use the built-in countdown video, so that's available on the free version. And we've considered making it where maybe you could choose between different StreamYard watermarks just for a bit more flexibility. But we'll see. CJ says an option to change the size of Facebook comments and/or banners would be great. Thank you. So you might already know this, CJ, but we do have the 2 themes, so you can choose between the default or the minimal, and we'll likely add new ones in the future. But right now, that's sort of the way you go about controlling them. I don't know if we'll add the option to like fully control the sizes. Hopefully hopefully for now the themes work well for you.
Yeah, and just, I mean, Gage said at the start, I always want to reiterate it. We are super focused on just keeping things simple. So for us, we're always just not like the number one priority is keep StreamYard as simple as physically possible, which is why we don't have the ability to customize like absolutely every part of the stream. So it's like it's a continual balance for us, right? Of like keep it super simple, but still give people enough customization. So that's why we have themes instead of the ability to control every little part. But who knows, right? As long as we can keep things simple, we're definitely adding things and open to adding pretty much anything as long as it's very simple.
Blog Dojo says request Brazilian Portuguese. Yeah, good to know. We love Brazil. We have tons of Brazilian users. I'd be curious, Blog Dojo, how well does the sort of built-in Chrome translate work for you? I'd just be curious if it's like a huge problem or if you're relatively happy with it. We're always curious to learn more about that. Annie says. Oh, missed it. Annie says, also bought some of these products and they work great on the stream. He did an amazing job. Awesome. Yeah. These I haven't tried them out myself, but I've heard that those templates are great. So be sure to check them out.
Cool.
Malcolm's Middle Earth Media says, I love StreamYard. I'm getting a lot of use out of it. Awesome. We're always great to hear that. Malcolm, I'd be curious how you're using it. Do you have, is Middle Earth Media your own show? What's it about?
I'm thinking it's about Lord of the Rings, but
oh yeah, I guess I should have connected the dots.
But it might not be. I could be off on that.
Victor says I find it hard to log in via mobile, so I'd imagine that Victor maybe you mean just like getting the code from the email while you're on a phone. Maybe that's the difficult part. Do let us know.
Or if you're getting actual errors or something, obviously let us know that as well. But yeah, I'm guessing it's just maybe the code's tricky. Maybe we can text it to you or something instead.
Phyllis says, hey, Twitter live question. Let us know the question. Thanks for tuning in on Twitter. Jorge says, how about having a video playing in the green screen background? Is that on the queue? It has come up a couple times. It's not, I don't have a date or anything for you, Jorge, but it's certainly something we're open to. I know another one that has come up is the ability to like do a presentation with the where the presentation is essentially your green screen. So it's certainly something we're open to. Alejandra says, are you going to add voiceover to the streams? So, not sure I fully understand Alejandro, but we did add, what are we calling it? Avatar, what's the name of it again, Dan? Avatar.
Just turning on and off audio avatars?
Yeah.
Narrator voice is what we unofficially call it in the town hall, though.
So I don't know if that would fit the bill for you, Alejandro, but you do have the option to turn that avatar audio setting on in the settings, and that would allow you to have someone with their camera off that's just sort of like narrating in the background. I have no idea if that's what you're asking, but if it is, hopefully that helps. If not, please let me know. Yeah,
so that's just like follow up. That's in the right side in the settings button in StreamYard. It'll just open up the settings modal, and then it'll just be right on that general page. It just says audio avatars. If you turn that off, and then, because usually, like if I turn my camera off, actually, Gage has the setting off. I'm now like a voiceover.
Yeah,
if that's what you're looking for. So I'm hidden by just turning my camera off if that setting is off. Hopefully that works.
Lots of people in here fans of D's free templates. Awesome. Yeah. In case you guys didn't catch the link, it's maybe someone wants to type it out, but I believe it's streamertemplates.com. Bikram says, why Facebook comments in Punjabi not displayed in the stream? So I think we did recently add Punjabi, Bikram. So if they're not showing up, maybe contact support. But we don't support every single language, but we do want to. So if there is a language you'd like us to support that's missing, be sure to contact live chat or just email us. For live chat, it's just streamyard.com/contact. And yeah, we would love to support any language we're missing. I think we did recently add that one. So if it's not working, do let us know.
Yeah, it would have been, I think sometime this week we added it. So if you haven't tried it in the last 3-4 days, maybe give it another try just on like a test group or test page or something and let us know.
Faladino, that's a cool name. Love StreamYard so far. It'll be great if there's an option for audio to be heard on the stream or only to the participant for show cues instruction purposes. Yeah, that's come up a couple of times. Also, like the ability to DM individual guests to tell them, a message they don't want everyone else to see. Certainly something we're open to. Would have to put some more thought into how we could actually design it in a simple way that worked well, but it's certainly useful to hear your feedback on that. Hey, Aphrodite, nice to see you here. Ruby says, I produce a theater show every Monday and we get over 10,000 views every week. StreamYard has definitely helped us expand our digital reach. Awesome, Ruby. Thanks for sharing that. I'm going to say this wrong. Rogerio. Would it be possible for the host screen share and the guest screen share would both be audible at the same time, even if just one is seen on screen? Interesting. Yeah. I'd be curious what you're trying to do, just for us, because sometimes maybe there's another feature we're missing that would actually be make it easier to accomplish that. But right now, no. Right now, it's just one. There's one slot for the screen share, and it can either be your screen share or your guest screen share. I don't know if we'd add that because I just can't imagine too many times where you'd want to have multiple screens up there. But maybe I'm wrong. I enjoy being wrong. So if there's other people if that turns out to be a use case, we're certainly open to it. For your other note, you'd probably be able to accomplish the same thing by using that avatar audio setting that we just mentioned, I think.
Yeah. So it really depends what you're trying to do. Like if maybe if you're trying to share a screen because like you're sharing music on one of them or something, I don't know. Let us know your use case. But if that was the case, like maybe you actually have one screen that has audio and is like a sports game or something, and then you have another one that is like you're only sharing because you want to get the sound from your computer. If that's the case, you could just use a program like Loopback to send the audio and combine it with your mic, and then like put that. So like the audio would come kind of through your mic setting instead of through this shared screen. But if that's not going to work for you, definitely let us know because I am curious. Yeah, why two screens with audio, especially if one's hidden?
Yomi says, we'll love to request green screen option for guests. So guests actually can use it, Yomi. Everyone can use it. It's actually on the free version as well. So if they do have to have an actual green screen behind them, but in the settings they can use that green screen setting. Unless
you're on mobile, and that might be
right. Sorry, unless you're on mobile.
So if that is the case, let us know. We've considered adding it. It is like pretty intensive, right? So on a mobile device, it can use up quite a lot of battery, which is why it's off. But considered turning it on and maybe having a warning or something instead. Tony's always rooting for the StreamYard merch store. One thing we will be doing probably soon, Tony, is giving away StreamYard, sweaters and T-shirts and fun stuff at the end of these streams. So hopefully, and maybe since you're such a big fan, maybe we'll just mail you one. So maybe that will fit the bill. Lennoxs Kitchen says, hey, I have a Dell laptop with Windows 10 and Windows Edge. My question is, will my webcam work when I'm on someone else's StreamYard, but it won't work for my StreamYard? Can you help me out? So that sounds interesting, Lennon. Maybe I would probably contact, we have live chat right now every day. So if you just go to StreamYard.com/contact, there's a little chat button there, and they can walk you through all the troubleshooting steps. If you're saying that it's working when you're a guest but not a host, that's definitely strange, and you'll want to walk through the steps with them to figure out what that might be. First thing I might check is just like Windows Edge should work, but it's not something we officially support or test as regularly as Chrome. So maybe check if Chrome works. But support will be able to do a better job walking you through step by step. It really depends like what version of Edge too. So there's like the older Edge, which we don't support, and then there's like the newer Edge, which is very similar to Chrome. Like they're built on the same technology. That one should work. We have tested that. Like that should work well. So if you're having issues, yeah, definitely reach out.
I lost it in the comment section here, but someone was asking, saying they couldn't zoom in with iPads and iPhones for their recordings. So I have to look into that a bit more. I think if you're just joining in as a guest, that's not possible. But if you have an additional, I think there's apps you can use on your phone that would allow you to join as a guest and use the Zoom functionality. I could be wrong on that, but let us look into that and follow up with you. Do you have any thoughts on that one, Dan?
So by Zoom, we're not talking Zoom the camera, like actually zoom in on the app?
I think zoom in the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks for the links to streamer templates. Lots of questions. Annie, you got to link your tutorial. I think like 4 people have asked this. Jazzy, Yeah, so you could use. There's a few options. So if you have a mixer, you can like a Rodecaster that allows you to actually connect a cell phone into the device and take calls on the phone, which you can feed into StreamYard. Or there's other programs like Google Voice that you can use to just like screen share that as a tab. But you check out Annie's tutorial. Todd says, would love to be able to drag the assets in overlay video and background into different orders after uploading. That is on the way, Todd. That is in our plans. Michael says, will there be a way in the future when using the record-only feature to export separate audio when you save your session? Looking to use the feature for audio podcast editing. Good to know. Possibly, Michael. It's certainly, I know we have quite a few podcasters using the program, and that does come up a lot, so it's certainly possible. I know one thing that a lot of people do is they'll record their own, like as a way to at least get one separate track, they'll record their own track locally and then also use the StreamYard mix track. I know that's not ideal, but it might work for you. But we're certainly considering that, so thanks for the feedback there. Jeremy says, sorry, but can't help but my frequent question, any chance of expanding the studio to more than 10 anytime soon? Even 2 more would be great and greatly appreciated. So Jeremy, I'd be curious, is it on screen or at people backstage? Let us know that. It'd be useful for us to know which one's more important to you. It's certainly not off the table. We're definitely open to it. It's hard to know what that magic number is. Our max used to be 6, and then people asked for 10 and 10 and 10 over and over again, so we increased it to 10. So yeah, it's certainly possible. No promises or anything, but it's possible. Pamela says, thanks guys, loving all the little updates you've done so far. Has been fun promoting StreamYard to my peers in Singapore. Thanks, Fadlin. Appreciate you supporting us. Rajko says, waiting for Rtmp ingest to pull feed from Zoom as we have screen sharing options. Interesting, Rajko. Good to know. We talked a bit about that last stream, so it's certainly possible.
Yeah, and are you hoping to just make it part of your existing StreamYard show, or just like use Zoom to send it straight to Facebook and YouTube, and kind of use StreamYard for like just handling the titles and descriptions on those platforms?
Awesome. All right, we're just about out of time here. I know there's a ton of questions we missed. Thanks. It's cool to see all you guys here and with all your questions. Hopefully we can get back to some of them after the stream. Max says, hi from Brazil. Do you have any news about Instagram integration? So no news on that front, Max. It's obviously something, if it ever becomes possible, it's certainly something we'd love to support. As of now, I know Instagram's position is that it's against their policy to stream outside of the app itself. So no updates other than that continues to be the policy. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us. This was so much fun. This was episode number 91 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall, and we'll be back here at the same time next week.
Awesome. See you next week, everyone.